Hello guys, today in this video I would like to explain you how to use the quick OSM plugin effectively. Let's get it started and assume that you don't have the plugin installed on your QGIS platform. Then go to plugins, hit manage and install plugins and select quick OSM. Start typing quick OSM and you can find the plugin which is right here. Hit install and the plugin should be in your QGIS software straight away. If the plugin is installed successfully, you will see the comment here. Let's close the windows down and then plugin appears in the icon here. This magnifying glass on the greenish background means that plugin has been assigned to this bar and you can simply run the plugin. The plugin includes several options, but I will just show you the quick query because the aim of this video is to download the OpenStreetMap data effectively and also as quickly as possible. In the quick query section, we have three simple options to use. We have key, we have value, and we have in, where we can specify our area. So in the key, we can use the general kind of objects which we would like to find. For example, let's imagine that you would like to find each power object over your area. So let's type power. In the value, you can use the subcategory of power, which in this case can be, for example, generator. Right? And in area, you can type, for example, Oxford. When you are fine with all the queries provided, hit run query and wait a minute. Then you should see all the layers coming out in your layer panel, as well as the comment that all the objects have been downloaded successfully. Now you can close this window down and you will see all the objects assigned to key power and value generator. That's the simplest way of downloading data from OpenStreetMap by using quick OSM plugin. However, if you will go back to your plugin, you will see that all the options here don't reflect the options available on the OpenStreetMap website. When we enter on OpenStreetMap Wikipedia, we can find the section dedicated for all the map features available in the OpenStreetMap. Then we've got all the categories here and subcategories. So let's enter to the one we are currently after. We've got the power. When we enter the power, we can obviously see the power is the key and value is the kind of object which is assigned for the power. Like I told you before, we don't have all of them listed here. When I type power, I've got just a few available instead of much more listed here. The same applies to the keys. When I expand this drop down, I see some keys in fact, but much more keys are here. Why is it for? Because like you see, this is the quick query option where the queries are somewhat prepared prior we use them. So we don't have unfortunately quick queries for all the keys and all the values presented here. If you would like to have some other value not listed here but provided in the website, we should use the query and build up our own formula. But I will show you how to do it without any knowledge of the language used by OpenStreetMap. Let's go back to the point where I was before a while. In the power section, like I said, we've got several values. We also have the stuff like element and the description. What does element means? It reflects the type of layer which you will see eventually in your QGIS. The signature of point means that we will see just the points. And for the cables, we have simply 6 points. We have over 70,000 of single features of cables around the world. They are presented like lines, mostly polylines because we have more than 2 points here. And we've got also another cable features which are going radially from one point. It means that we have some major point and some lines going radially towards any direction from this point, as far as I understand it. But it's not that important, to be honest, for our usage. It's just rather out of interest. Because now, if you enter your QGIS, you will see effectively these major three types of layers discussed here. You've got polygon, you've got point, and you've got the line. I didn't tell you about polygon just yet, but you will see polygon here. When you go to the other value, you can see that this value can appear both in the points as well as in the polygons. So let's go to our situation. We've got power, we've got generator, and we've got the total amount of single objects around the world. Let's enter the generator, and this is how we can see the bit of our formula, how it should be assigned. TAC, power, and generator. Now, obviously, we have other keys related to this generator because we can use generator source and assign type of source to our generator, which can be available here. When we assign the source to our generator, we will have other subdivision, which includes values like you see here. We've got nuclear, wind, hydro, geothermal, solar, and so on and so on. We can also use the generator by the method, and in the method we have more detailed subdivision where, for example, nuclear generator will be divided by fission and fusion. So this is pretty much how it works. Generator by type, something more detailed, and so forth and so forth. You can browse all of these combinations by yourself, but I'm just going to show you how to build up the formula and use the OpenStreetMap plugin effectively. Let's get back to our QGIS and run the quick query again with the same requirements. Now, instead of hitting run query, we need to hit show query, and the tool will redirect us to the query section where we can see definition of our query. And now we should start to understand something which I've showed you just recently on the website. We've got the pivot query element exactly here because we are defining the key and we are defining the generator. So it corresponds exactly to the situation as we have here. Power is equal to generator and bound in the quotes. You can see exactly what is here, what is there. So let's imagine that instead of generator, we would like to have the type of the generator. So what we will do in this case, let's use, for example, wind turbine, if there are any in the area. Now our string changes here. Now we need to alter accordingly our formula. Instead of power generator, we will use something like this. Generator colon source is equal to wind. Right? You can copy and paste this value across the other bits of your formula. Once your query is ready, you can hit run query from here and wait for the data. It looks like we've got just one element falling inside of the area defined by us. Let's see where it is. This is the new layer created. Let's zoom to the layer and we will see that it's just one wind turbine in Oxford. But we can change the area. When we go back to our query, we will see that the geocode area currently is Oxford. But let's expand it for example, Oxfordshire and repeat the query. Now we'll see more elements as the whole county have been taken into account. Oxfordshire is around here, and we see that we've got more than one element, despite of just one element shown in the box, because QGIS told us about the layer executed. There's one layer element which includes more than one object. Now we can see the objects, we can see the details. We can obviously try to change our area and try one more example. Let's imagine that this time we would need the solar energy. Let's see what is here. Let's go with the general stuff. So go back to our formula and instead of generator source wind, type generator source solar. Of course, we can change also the area. Instead of Oxfordshire, let's type the adjacent one, Bedfordshire, and hit run query again. Like you see, 3 layers have been added to our QGIS. And there you go. This is which came to QGIS just recently, and we've got a different type of layers. By browsing all of them, we can obviously check out the details. So I hope that this method will be useful for you with respect of expanding the quick OSM plugin functionality and finding out the proper formula relatively quickly. With assistance of this website, you can build up query for all the objects. You can prepare the map which will include any random object you want, any certain object which is needed for your work. So I hope that you will find this video useful. Thank you for your attention.